Ho'omaluo. It means to conserve our resources. But it's so much more than a word. It's a way of life, a way of business, a way of protecting nature and ensuring its survival.
No longer self-sustaining, today we import over 90% of our food, including half of the fish we need to feed ourselves.
Hawaii grows only 10 to 13% of the food consumed in the islands. The rest is imported.
Thousands of families make a weekly trip to Costco. Many items that we buy are imported.
The National Board of Labor Statistics says Hawaii's food prices are up 8% from last year.
There's more waste than ever being reported by schools.
With restrictions continuing to lift, but the need to feed older Southeast Iowans remaining high, officials are now raising awareness and seeking help.
No-brainer, instead of throwing out good quality food in the dumpster, donate it to a homeless shelter.
A city council member believes that a law is needed to compel more restaurants to donate extra food before it goes to waste.
Marvin says fresh produce made up 30% of food distributed last year.
Limited land and resources make farming a challenge.
An organization of farmers is trying to get more people to appreciate Hawaiian breadfruit.
Our research shows that Hawaii pays some of the highest food prices in the U.S., but still tosses out 237,000 tons of food per year, or 26% of the available food supply. This equals approximately $700 per person in Hawaii per year. Still, the majority of Hawaiian residents don't realize how much food is thrown away, even when we all know too well that food doesn't come cheap. From our research, it is clear that this problem has its impacts on Hawaii's environment, economy, and social life. We see that individuals and families are financially impacted and more people are experiencing food insecurities, landfills reaching their maximum capacity, farmers and Hawaiian agriculture is neglected, while food importation is increasing. One thing is clear, food waste is growing rapidly and the social issue is getting out of hand if measures are not introduced now. Looking over the feedback collected by a survey, residents that live on Oahu have shown to practice limiting the amount of food waste. 85.4% of those who answered the survey said that they throw away a standard bowl of food. It is also noted that the same percent of people find that food waste is a social issue that affects the island we live on. Environmentally and economically, 77.1% of the participants believed that the environmental impacts as well as the economical impacts of food waste is an issue. While reviewing further data, it seems that there is one thing all participants have in common. Each one of the participants has a place in the society to do what they believe benefits the community and our planet.
For our volunteer work, we decided to team up with Aloha Harvest, a non-profit dedicated to rescuing quality food to nourish and strengthen the Hawaiian community. We went to Sunset Ranch to help out with planting avocado trees. After having planted the avocado trees, we were able to talk to some of the employees at Sunset Ranch.
Aloha, my name is Rhonda Habecker. I'm with Sunset Ranch, Hawaii. I am the site manager. I really feel like it would be a great idea and opportunity to separate food waste from our regular waste, especially in an environment like this, where on event days we do have quite a bit of food waste. If that could be separated and then possibly fed to pig farms or something like that, I think that would be a great opportunity for further sustainability here in the islands. The avocado garden or the grove is not our only sustainability. We also have several different types of fruit trees throughout the property, and then we have a fully working aquaponics tilapia pond as well.
My name is Jonah Leland. I work for Sunset Ranch and I'm the sales manager, event coordinator, and I do the media on the side. Okay. The one thing I always do for my clients is recommend a buffet so that they're not throwing away food on your plate, because once like the food hits the plate, you can't really put it back, you know what I mean? So buffet is a good way to do that, but we still have pans at the end that we have to give to them. Weddings especially, because you have a specific order, and especially if you do full plated, no one finishes their whole plate. Not everyone likes salad, not everyone likes chicken, you know? So again, that's why we do buffet, but yeah, everyone has different tastes. If you don't like what's on your plate, you're not gonna be rude and not fill it, you know, so definitely.
We were also able to talk to one from Aloha Harvest to get an even better insight at what they do and also how they are defeating food waste.
Hi, my name is Violet. I work for Aloha Harvest. I am their outreach coordinator. We are part of the solution for food waste. We rescue food that would have ended up in our landfills and we redistribute to vulnerable communities on Oahu. So we have drivers that work 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday. They pick up food from like restaurants, grocery stores, wholesale distributors, and other agencies that food would have been thrown away. We pick it up same day, free of charge, and it gets redistributed to like a social service agency, anyone that is affected by food insecurity. Specifically in Hawaii, food waste is huge. So there is 1 in 6 people that are affected by food insecurity, but over a third of our food is wasted. So that's like equivalent to 200,000 pounds of food that we waste every single year. A lot of restaurants throw away food that is past the best by date, which just means like that's the best that quality of the food will be that day. They also throw away food that's like past the sell by date. So that means like that's what the restaurant or the grocery store said that they can sell it by legally. So then we pick it up and give it to people in need. So it's a huge issue.
The main reason why we picked Aloha Harvest as our nonprofit agency was how they focused on local factors to be the solution. They help to reduce, feed, donate, and distribute all from locally based institutions. Another factor that we all really liked was how they helped in different kinds of communities, not just focusing on one. They have regularly scheduled times to help out on the different sides of the island, like North Shore and Kaka'ako. Rather than focusing on one group of individuals, Aloha Harvest caters to a wide variety of people like farmers, vendors, the kapuna, and families in need.
For several years, Tiki's Grill and Bar has donated its extra food to Aloha Harvest, a food rescue outfit that gets surplus food to the hungry through food pantries.
You may have a large banquet and not everyone shows up for the banquet, so you have extra food. So that's the phenomenal part of it. Like Aloha Harvest, well, you just pick up the phone and they'll come pick it up.
While some are experiencing an economic recovery, the fight against hunger is getting harder for others in Hawaii.
Aloha Harvest says when people are faced with higher gas prices and rising inflation, food and basic necessities fall to a lower priority. That's why in downtown Honolulu today, dozens of cars and people lined up to 4 hours early for Aloha Harvest monthly food distribution. Experts say 1 in 6 Hawaii families rely on some form of food assistance, and the need is increasing. Aloha Harvest partnered with Reality Church of Honolulu and other nonprofits to give out bags of fresh food and basic necessities, even free COVID tests.
A solution plan to help and decrease the amount of food wasted everywhere can include so many things that take place in day-to-day life and will accumulate progress for the greater good of our issue. Informing people of easy ways to help this issue is the best solution. Buying only food you need, checking expiration dates, and organizing are all simple, easy ways to help prevent food waste. Shopping lists, storing foods correctly, making menus, and keeping logs of spoiled items in your home can help as well. People just don't think about these easy ways on how to save food.
Throughout the semester, we were able to collectively recognize a big social issue here in Hawaii. By first recognizing that food waste is a social issue, all of our research had one thing in common: the fact that Hawaii has a big resource issue. Over 80% of our goods are transported, like our cars, clothes, and even our food. Going further than just research, we were able to go out and practice in the community on 2 occasions. The first involved us going out on the campus and expanding to the residents of Oahu. The second community engagement we had was with our nonprofit agency, as they not only educated us on the topic of food waste, but we got to participate in the first step, which was growing our own food. After engaging with our community, the group came to the realization that local is the answer, especially since it correlates with the SEE goals. Socially, if we grow our own local resources, it would start a chain reaction as others would want to start growing their own produce, and it spreads awareness to the community. Economically, we would not only be saving tons of money, but it would also allow us to be prepared in case of another pandemic. We wouldn't be depending as much on other countries to ship everything to us. And lastly, by growing everything locally, we would make a big environmental impact. This might light a spark to gain back some of the land from the tourism economy, reducing the amount of tourism sites and creating more land for farming.